Welcome to Decisive podcast series by Roberto Ingram, co-hosted by Zoe Massa. We go live.
So, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Peoples. How are you doing today, guys?
Very good, very
Very
good.
good.
It's a great beginning of a week. So sunny.
I'm gonna let my co-host start this one off because I'm foaming at the mouth.
You know what? So I am super excited because this is actually the very first time for me to be live on a podcast. And I think it's wonderful that we're doing that with you. So I'm glad to introduce here to our audience wonderful Lorand Lajos. Am I saying that right?
Lajos.
Lajos.
Lajos,
Lorand
yes.
Lajos. So everybody, Lorand Lajos and Franz Schmidt. I can clearly say that. I love the name. Amazing fashion designers. And I am thrilled to speak with someone that already made costumes for amazing people like Lady Gaga and Madonna. Oh my God. So I'm not going to speak more. This is Roberto Ingram.
I'm her
Amazing.
co-host now.
No, he's the one, he's the boss. You know, he was just a little bit out of breath because we had some technical problems. I was actually supposed to do that from my studio. Lucky,
But here we go.
don't live far. And actually, you are too, so we are too now in the studio. Roberto, take over.
Well, I'm really thrilled as well that you guys found some time. Laurent, we've been trying to get this done for a long time.
Yes.
And I'm
So
also
happy it
excited.
worked out.
Yeah, I'm also excited about hearing your creative journey. And today we have a really, really great interview. Well, not interview, right? It's kind of a
It's a
should be
conversation.
conversation.
Like feeding our curiosity.
Yeah, and we really worked hard on these questions because we thought it's because the Decisive is normally about music and DJing. I'm kind of shifting the topics because I really enjoy creative people, and you're one of those people. And working with some of those superstars, we want to hear about that story. Not only that, we worked together on quite a few events with some really great
With
artists.
Subrosa Dictum and
Yeah.
with Avantgardista here in Munich.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Those were
So-
amazing events.
Yeah. So let's get into it, right? You have your partner, Franz. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Franz. Laurent and I are best friends for 10 years, and we work together for 5 now.
Yes.
And
yes.
yeah, the business has shifted since then, and now we went from costume to really making a collection for the people and the events we go to, and that's
We started
what we're
off
doing now.
working actually for Mask Singer for the TV format. Maybe you know it, where those celebrities are hidden in very huge and funny costumes. And we built for 2 seasons all the costumes together with a big team here. And then we decided to bring our magic to be available for all our friends when we go
that
out,
mean-
when we go partying.
Does that mean I could actually go and buy any of your clothes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, of
Fantastic.
course.
So we definitely need to know all those links later on.
Totally. So we have a wonderful website. We have several shops around Europe that already are selling our accessories So yeah, that's the main goal behind what we're doing right now, to bring the magic that we used to do for celebrities and the stage, to make it accessible for everyone.
That's fantastic. I actually would love to know, how would you describe yourself as a creative?
Wow. I think I'm a very, me personally, I'm a very impulsive and very instinct-driven
ain't lying about
person.
that.
Well, like I think I'm very headstrong, and that has pros and cons, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I just let my inspiration flow, and try to bring it as clear as possible to fruition, without taking away too many details, or without, I mean, I polish the idea, but many times I also just leave it as raw and as intensive as it is. You know, many times people, when they optimize things and make it more and more user friendly and more commercial, often it tends to lose the spark and the fire. And I'm trying to hold that up.
You know what I love about what you said is that, you know, I know I teased you about being, you know, impulsive and stuff like this, but that's also great to push boundaries, right? And have no fear, and kind of, some people don't really know how to tap into the, you know, that border, that getting past, you know, the wall that holds you back a little bit. And I'm one of those people that also dive in sometimes.
I call it the creative fire.
Yeah.
I call it
Yeah.
a creative fire.
Yes.
And I think it's super important. I just really love what you said, especially that you're not gonna water out your ideas, that you keep them like kind of raw and authentic, because like this they're gonna stay strong.
Yeah.
That's the only possibility to really make a mark on society, and to really bring something authentic and intensive across the border. Because if you're not really like expressing 100% who you are, without all those filters of being afraid what people may say, or needing to be in trend, or needing to be hip, that can cost a lot of authenticity, and it can cost a lot of value of what you are about to bring to the world. And
True.
However, you definitely, we need the fire, and if in our team there's like a wall that needs to be torn down, then we for sure are going to use Laurent's head. But
that's true though.
But if you want to make something out of your art, like, the fire also needs an engine that's driven by the fire, and it's like this
And a
machine,
structure.
a structure. It's like the structure that stays there,
That's this one.
and that is kind of harvesting the energy, because fire burns out fast. Like, it keeps everyone warm, but by itself it does not go forward.
It's very important to be organized as a creative person, and he's a creative person as well, but he's just, by his own being, the more organized one, and the one who has more like the technical view on it. And it's important to have both, so to work together with somebody like him is the perfect combination.
What first sparked your love for designing and art?
What I like in designing art, art.
What in fashion and art? What sparked your curiosity for this craft?
Well,
Influence
for me,
at all?
it started like in my family. My great grandmother was a seamstress, and back in the days in Romania, where I come from, most of the people have had their clothes handmade by their tailor. There was no shops you could go to and buy
Right.
beautiful clothes, you know. So I was raised knowing that everything has like a source, you know, who is literally making the garment, that you can go and order your own garments. So you have the freedom of being yourself, the director of your style, the director of your appearance, how you want to communicate. And my mom used to be a very fashionable woman. She used to look amazing, and I always looked up to her and her flamboyant style. And I knew who's making the garments, my great-grandmother. So as I was hanging out a lot there, I learned a lot how to use this creative power. If you have an idea, it is possible to produce it.
Yeah, same here. My mom used to be a tailor, and it's a craft that always happened around the house, and something that I learned very early on. Like, I could switch on the sewing machine before I could read and write, for sure.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And I think love for fashion should be at least always a bit love for people, because the most beautiful thing about fashion is that you are you're not making objects per se, you are creating people, you know, because you change the person completely with what the person is wearing. So it's kind of, it feels a little bit like giving like expression, like a visible expression to a personality. And first of all, you start with making stuff for yourself, so you're expressing your own personality. And then in the second step, it's really nice to see people expressing their own personality with something that you made.
So that is part of your vision, like you really want to help people to express themselves more, also with their outfits.
Absolutely. Like we chose like so my career has in the end in fashion started in that sense of I was doing on my own since my childhood, like little at the beginning I started to style Barbie and to make little dresses for her, and then I started to style my sister, and then I started to style friends, and then you know, like this, the one got to the other, then I started to get step by step, and I started to be more and more professional with this. And at the same time, I was still designing on my own. This what I had learned. I never learned to do this like professionally. I always just like was guided by my inspiration and knowing that everything can be done. And very early in my life, I found crystals and I loved them, and all this sparkle has been always capturing me. So I built amazing things that were then at some point used by celebrities. And we wanted to bring this magic that we have, that everybody loves and loves to look at these people. We wanted to bring this to be approachable for everyone, and that everybody can use it, everybody can afford it for themselves, and that it's club wear, but you can also wear it during daytime. It's more elegant than club wear, to bring all this together. And I think this is very needed right now. If people feel good about what they put on, and then they put something on and they're like, oh my God, I look so good, this is shining off. You know, you get a different posture. And then when you go outside, because you already have a different posture, and because most of the things that we work with are crystals, people will see you. You are being seen by having a good posture and by being in a mood of, I'm wearing this now and I'm out there and everybody can see me and I'm feeling really good. People are attracted to that. And we get so many beautiful messages by our clients who write us, you won't believe what happened. I'm so thankful, because they get so many compliments and they meet so many more people than if they wouldn't wear this kind of accessories. So it's kind of a connection tool. This is what is very important to us, to connect people, to bring them together, to have strangers walk up to these people and say, wow, I love how you look. Who are you? Let's have a conversation. You know, it's a beautiful conversation starter. And this actually means more empathy between people. It's more lovely approach to your neighbor, lovely approach to your fellow human, who is obviously shining and very happy. So, and you want to, at some point, you like what you see, because it's a very content person, obviously. It's not a sad person. It's like a shining, happy one. And So you want to be part of that. You want to meet that person. You want to hang out with these kind of people. And at some point, you will be maybe yourself deciding, hey, if he dares to be so boldly happy, I want to go for that too. I can dare myself.
I want something like this too now.
Totally.
I already feel it. I just feel like with a good posture and like, you know, walk on the streets and everybody's
definitely.
talking to me like.
Come around to our
now we
atelier.
now we know who to call.
I totally felt what you said. I'm like
definitely
totally
designed
into
for
this.
we definitely designed for people.
I got a good one. Franz, this is interesting. How did you two come together as creative partners?
As creative artists, do we want to tell the story?
Well,
I want to know. I mean, it's like yin and yang. You two. You seem like you really
True.
get along really good together, and you bring
True,
both of your
true.
creative qualities together.
you tell it.
I mean, Laurent and I have been dating for like 3 days.
Literally.
That's a good one.
Swear to God, it was 3
Franz said 3 days. That's it.
3 days. It was 3 motherfucking days, and it was 3 beautiful days, but also filled with
three awkward situations.
awkward situations. And then we found out that we're way better friends than lovers.
Yeah.
And and ever
But I
since
was about to tell the story.
Oh, sorry.
No, and yeah, like I moved to Berlin. Laurent was still in Munich, and there was always the one or the other job that either I did or Laurent did, where we exchanged pieces that I made or where Laurent needed stuff made, and then this is how we saw how we work together, because like his ideas paired with the meticulous way I make stuff, you know, is creates like amazing pieces that are very usable. And on the other hand, like, yeah, I need someone who brings like a good idea, still like gives like this extra.
So we can continue now telling all the story, because those 2 guys flew off.
No, I'm telling you, you know what I love? What I love in the conversation is I can really feel such a true and honest and positive connection between both of you. You know, you can really see that you're like on one frequency. And I think,
You know what's the funny
That's really
thing?
important. That's really important.
yes,
We
tell
can
me.
walk around the street in any country, on any continent, and people will stop on the street, random people, and ask us if we are brothers.
Yeah, you have
It's-
a brotherly vibe.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah, you
This
totally
is
do.
amazing. And just like this has been, although we don't even look very similar, but
No,
we
and
have a
that's
little,
like
we have an idea how we could be actually really related, because the great grandfather,
Grandfather of mine
yeah,
got lost in the Second World War somewhere in Romania, and my grandmother, his wife, always said he was such a Schürzenjäger. He got pronounced
Such a gigolo.
missing. Yeah, he was such a gigolo. He got pronounced missing. This motherfucker didn't die. He ran off with a gypsy woman in Romania.
and maybe the gypsy woman was my great grandmother.
We don't know.
We will not find out, but
will
I
not find
just
out.
love to feel this connection between the both of you. This is beautiful, it's brilliant, and especially that you put it. I mean, that you put it to work.
Yeah,
you
to
know?
creative
like,
use, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
create something
Yeah,
together. I think that's like you and I, right? Like we're like buddies. You see, like
Yeah, we've had so many great conversations, and it's
But
what's
we
I
also
like about-
work daily together.
right.
And
what I
live
like about your
together.
story, what I like about your story is that you know that just because you weren't partners and lovers, but you were able to still connect as friends, and so he knows you and you know him
Yeah.
inside and out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This makes for a great combination. What is the vision behind the Lorand brand? Since you guys come together, what is the vision behind it now?
I mean, let's say physically, of course, to reach as many people as possible and to sell them our objects. I mean, it's also a business, of course. On the other hand, the higher purpose of what we do is definitely to raise the vibration of people, to give them the opportunity to feel better individually when they wear our things, and then also by wearing these things and going out into the public and sharing this well feeling with their world, that we create like kind of a better world in that sense of like that people meet and then see themselves in a positive vibe, in a positive light, that people can shine, and especially in these rather dark times, to make a move and make a difference, you know, and to say we do believe in ourselves. There's a way how to go on about all these situations in the world in a positive way.
Roberto, have you been to our place?
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Not yet. Not the new.
Not
have
yet.
I, Laurent? Have
Not
I?
yet.
No,
Shall we show you?
I was supposed to come to get fitted.
Yeah.
Remember?
How could you ever miss that
Because I got sick.
opportunity?
Remember? Because I got sick. Remember?
Yeah.
Don't
Because
get
I couldn't
next
even do the
time.
party.
because the thing is, like, this
I'm coming,
place,
though. Don't forget. Don't worry about that.
this place,
You're invited too, Zoe.
I'm coming.
I'm gonna come. I'm super curious.
you come
and
together.
you know what I absolutely love is that you're basically saying, through the power of fashion, you're enforcing the positive vibration that someone can have.
Yeah.
And this is actually helping to change the world. It's like
Yeah.
positive vibes.
Yeah.
Put on something, I feel well, I look fantastic, I'm sharing this with the world. So I am going to, this is just a vibe that is contagious. Right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you don't only dress for the job you want, you also dress for the mood you want, you know, for
Yeah.
what you want to project.
Love that.
Yeah,
thank
true
you for
that,
this.
true that.
Yes, thank you for that. But can we do the name dropping thing now, Roberto?
You wanna
Can you
name-
just? I'm so very
you wanna do it
curious.
now?
No, you have to do it. You have to do this. I want to know about Lady Gaga.
Oh, this one. Okay.
I've been
Okay,
so
I'm
curious
trying
the whole
to I'm
time.
trying to save the final punch. Listen.
Do you want to
We know
see it?
we know you have worked for some really iconic people, and I'm sure you've been over this story over and over and over again. But
Help me a bit. Let me show you first, and the viewers, what we're talking about. Because, for example, I just have to check how I can go close. For example, this one.
go slow, Laurent.
Oh,
Oh, that's beautiful. And tell us about that one. Tell us
This is,
about
for
that piece.
example, the dress that Lady Gaga was wearing in the Born This Way video.
snap.
And what else we have here? Let me check. We have so many crazy things. This is, for example, the mask of Madonna, or that she was using in the Living for Love video clip.
Oh, wow.
And
You
there's
guys- you guys must
so
have been
many
like-
things in here.
Wait, Laurent, you guys must have been shocked when you got this opportunity, right?
We were.
Can you tell us a little bit about how that developed with Lady Gaga, Madonna, and Masked Singer, and even Alexander McQueen?
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit
The stories. Okay.
the story, how you had to adjust to each mega talent?
Okay, so for example, the Lady Gaga opportunity we got because her stylist, Bea Ackerlund, she was preparing the video. No, it wasn't Bea Ackerlund. Sorry, it was Nicola Forminchetti. His assistants approached me, and at the time, this is like a long time ago, more than 10 years ago. And they approached me and they said they found some pictures of my works online and they would like to pull it. And so they got, I was just like that. And I flew with the dress to London. And I actually wanted to be part, of course, of the video clip shooting and everything, but they were like, no. Nobody was allowed to go there, like a very small bunch of people. And that's how they selected the dress. And she was wearing it. I got it back full of the black slime that she was dancing in the video clip. So that came about this way. It's mostly like the contact to all these stars usually goes through their stylists, because of course they don't pick the clothes themselves, they're really busy. So they have their people who work for them and who are highly professional, very well regarded people who are very informed, who know the most amazing talents, and who find all the new talents. And this is how it came about. And it was just the same with Madonna when this
just
time,
say,
yeah,
Snap, Madonna. You're like, ah, oh my God, this is epic.
yeah.
I want to know, like, have you been like jumping up and down and
I was
screaming
all over the place.
all over the place? Okay.
I have to say,
yeah.
actually, it is, I think nowadays, like if you're approached by like a celebrity stylist, I'm always like, okay, let's see, because it's always a roller coaster of emotions. Of course, you want
Yeah.
to do the job, and then you get like, then
This is because you're just used to dealing with these kind of jobs because we're working in that field. But if you wouldn't have been used to it,
Yeah.
if it would be completely new and it's the first time you get someone famous call you up and it's like, hi, I'm doing this and that for Lady Gaga for her new video clip, you know.
yeah,
You
that's,
faint.
yeah, that's amazing.
faint.
That's and
It's like-
and you all the time you have like those high notes,
Mm-hmm.
but you're all me at least, like I'm always prepared for, like, because everything
He's the realistic guy.
disappointment.
everything is always last minute, and you never know if
Yeah,
the
if they're gonna
jacket you
use it.
made is going to, if it's going to be cut, if the jacket you made is going to get lost at the tariff
At the
border
toll or
control,
somewhere.
at the
Yeah,
border
yeah.
control, because there's a little piece of
Yeah,
recycled snake leather.
But this didn't happen. And let's
Honestly.
hope it will not happen. Let's hope that all the future celebrity pools are going to.
I'm knocking on wood for you.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine, like, as the stylist for these celebrities, they ask 100 designers to make something nice, and then they get all the pieces sent in, and then they choose what really fits, you know.
Yes.
And even they can change last minute. If they have the mood that, oh my God, nothing fits, we need just the scarf, then all the effort that has been put into sending and producing these things is gone, and it is what it is. So I'm very lucky that again and again, stylists and the celebrities themselves, who have always the last say, especially when it comes to their own look or their, this is their image.
Yeah.
So they
the
pick.
It's the positive vibration you're putting into your clothes that you're
Yes,
sending out.
yes.
And it's actually reflecting back on you. I love
But
that.
that
It's
is
beautiful.
art. That is art,
art.
actually. This
Yeah.
is like the
Exactly.
art of like, this is how I perceive art. I also studied art, just finished lately. And
did?
What'd you
yes,
study? Tell us about that.
You
I
studied art.
studied fine art at the Academy of Fine Arts in Munich in the department of sculpture. And I did all kind of course, because it's modern art, you can do everything. I did videos and performances and all kind of stuff. But my diploma, as the years have like developed, and as I have recognized that my biggest passion and my biggest influence on society is with my collection, which is like encapsulated energy, my energy, that I was able to not just put it into one
Our
piece.
energy, honey.
Our energy by now.
Yeah, but I saw,
Our energy.
I saw the hand.
Our energy.
That's the Franz hand
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah. And it's that this is the vehicle to communicate what I'm here for, what is important to me, what I just said, like to make people happy, to you know, because that's my aim in the end as an artist. And the collection is definitely the way to approach most people. So I presented this collection, of course, in a very beautiful and artistic display, as my diploma. And of course, there were questions raised. What is art? Because like some people could say this is commercial fashion. And because I was coming, actually, before I started art, I was working in fashion, and I went to art because too many people in fashion field told me, oh, what you're doing, Laurent, is not fashion. It's too artistic. It is art. It's so high-end fashion. we cannot sell your products, you know, you're too over the top. And so after a while I was like, okay, bye, I'm going to do art. And then in the art field I recognized, wait, my biggest passion is still fashion.
That
So I
rhymed.
brought these two together.
It rhymed.
And
My
Franz,
biggest passion is still fashion.
and Franz, what did you study? You also studied design or what?
I studied fashion design.
He's the real fashion designer. I'm not.
I'm the real fashion designer. No, but yeah,
You're both designers.
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
And how does your designs come together as a unit? I mean, how does
We
that
have a
work?
very similar taste. We have
Yeah,
we understand
yeah.
each other very
Yeah.
well.
Definitely. Like there's overlap. I think if you see designs by me and designs by Laurent, like that are really separate, have been made separate, you see the difference. No question. But it's also we work on different parts of the design process, because
This is exactly like what I've been asking myself before. Like, how does your creative process looks like? I mean, from the first concept to the final piece. And could you kind of separate? Is like one having an idea, and then the next one would like sit down and draw it. How do I have to imagine you like drawing by hand, or are you actually drawing on a computer? Like all
Everything is
like from
possible.
scratch?
Everything is possible. Like
Yeah.
either we come up with a completely new idea and I make sketches, because I'm not a very good drawer. You know, like he is even teaching fashion illustrations, so he can draw beautiful, detailed drawings. I can make a sketch and I can just explain exactly what I'm envisioning. And then either it's an idea like that, or we talk about something,
Yeah.
or we see something and we have, I mean, it's fashion, you know, it's always seeing something, being inspired by something and saying, I can do it better.
Yeah, wouldn't this be amazing if
If-
this would look like this and this, and then you have the possibility to just make it. And
Yeah.
Laurent works more with like making a prototype right away. I'm in this kind. I would draw first. I'm more of a thinker in this
Yeah.
way, and Laurent's more of a doer. And in any case, it's like whoever came up with it, the other one is still changing it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Laurent's
Mostly.
always streamlining my designs, so making them a tick more sexy, making them a bit more avant-garde. And if Laurent makes something that looks amazing, I'm still adding the details, you know, because like
Yeah, that's very important.
I'm a way more patient person, like definitely like
That's true.
maybe a little bit autistic at
but-
times. Like
Also, that's
you
the
can
yin and yang.
sit me down for 8 hours just doing the same stitch 6,000 times. I have no problem with that.
I would go nuts.
He would go nuts.
Can I imagine like both of you, like, are you sitting like in a workspace together?
We're sitting now at our workspace.
This is our
Okay,
workspace.
this is your workspace. So you're actually
Yeah.
like really like
This is my
do this
our
all day
our
together.
atelier.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Actually, this is one of my favorite words, atelier. But if you use it in English,
Yeah, you
people
said-
always
yeah, you
saying
said
like,
that. You said
"Oh,
that.
atelier, what's that?" It's like it's a
Yeah.
studio, but I think studio does not describe.
Yeah.
a
You're so
space
right.
For
It's-
real creatives, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The way you
I-
just said it is like you were sitting in our atelier. It's like, yeah, exactly. That's how it's supposed to feel. And
Yeah.
thank you actually for letting us having so much of an insight.
You can have
So,
even more insights.
Can we? That would
Of
be
course.
fantastic.
Shall we
Just-
start now?
Ooh, well, that's hot. That's hot.
Roberto doesn't even
That's hot.
care, you
We're
know.
still early. We're still early,
He
you know.
knows
So
me too good. He was just waiting for the second. No, I mean,
So next show we have to start about midnight then, because like
no, actually,
it's 6
no,
p.m.
no. Come on. So, if you want to see our showroom, we can show you. You want to have a little
Fantastic.
tour?
Can we have?
You want a
Let's
tour?
do it.
Can,
Let's
if
do
we
it.
can see the showroom, just like, oh my
let's
god.
go.
I
Don't
just
don't
love
mind me,
that.
guys, when I'm looking away. I'm just looking in the chat room, so I was spreading the link around. So
Okay.
if you see me look away, it's just because of that. That's all.
So I'm just trying to get out of here. Wait,
Okay.
before without knocking anything off. Okay. So come with us, guys. So let's go into our showroom. And here you can see all kind of beautiful things. Look at her, for example. This is a beautiful outfit here. And here in this part, you can see all the beautiful outfits that we have for all of you ready. So most of the people come here and they shop with us, they get a personal styling and just have a good time at our house.
You can book an appointment through the website.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I do hear
Yes,
you
yes.
loud and clear, and
Everything's
it just
good.
Very good.
and everybody that wants to have a closer look, that can book actually an appointment with you and check out your amazing outfits. It's not only outfits; it's really like jewelries. It's like pieces. It's something.
It's body jewelry in the
Something
end.
It's body jewelry, yeah. So people, we're gonna share all those links later. You don't,
Yeah.
if you don't get it right now, don't worry yourself. We're definitely kind of gonna show it and well, make
Yeah,
people know where
everybody's
they can
very
find
welcome
that.
to come around and to dive into our little world and to have fun with us and get the spirit that we live for themselves, for their life, to spread more joy.
I think it's impressive what you're doing and the way you speak about your art. I really like that. And we thought, I mean, when we've been talking about the interview, right? We thought about how do you actually keep up with the pressure of competition in such a competitive market like the fashion landscape, like the fashion market. Did you just like focus on a niche and say, okay, we just specialize?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
yeah,
like
absolutely.
doing the
These days,
essence?
I mean, we cannot compete with any big producer, who owns the entire production chain. We cannot make better T-shirts than any of the big brands, And this is also not at all what we are aiming for, because we deliver something so special that is coming from subculture, that is coming from the queer movement, that is coming from the sexual liberation movement, from all these pieces still have this aspects of like a little bit of sexuality is always in there, a little bit of self-expression to dare to show, hey, I'm not a normal person. I am someone who is daring to have like an open kind of life and a very high self-esteem life. So we offer things that are very special, and that's why we don't have so much concurrence. And we're also on the way now to become more and more famous and more known worldwide. So yeah. And competition is a good thing. I don't view
Competition is
competition
a
as a
good
bad
thing.
thing.
It keeps,
Yeah.
it keeps you strong.
Yeah.
I have one question. I really have to drop it in here. Sorry, Rob, that I'm talking so much, but
No, I appreciate you. I
you
appreciate you
know?
because I'm doing a lot of social media stuff for us. So you guys,
I'm just like,
that's what a co-host for.
I am just super curious, right? I am a straight woman, right?
Yeah.
I'm a black woman, as you can see, obviously, I'm a black woman, dreadlock
Black
woman.
and I'm proud.
For all the people who are listening
and
this
I
as
want
an,
to
as an
know-
Lorand always hear me say that all the time.
Well, no, but I want to know if
Yes.
I'm coming to your showroom because I do love fashion.
Oh,
I
yeah, that's
especially
right.
do love jewelries and all those kind of things. You will see me walking around like a Christmas tree, right? Would I find something that fits someone like me too?
Of
Or would
course.
you say that I would?
What
right?
kind of question is that?
No, but
No,
because
think about it
before-
though. Think about it,
What kind of
Think
Lorand.
about it
question is
because
that?
She's
before-
like, maybe
You
she's
just
shy.
said, listen,
Maybe
you
she's like
just
one of those
said-
persons
No,
that's like,
no. She said the most important thing already. She likes fashion. She likes to that's it.
okay.
That's all I need.
As
This
long
is-
as you are someone who likes to express themselves, who knows how to use clothing as a communication tool, where you're aware that what you wear people will see, and they will somehow interpret how you feel, you know, that you have an input on people. As long as you're a person like that, all the other things, whether you're violet or you're poly, whatnot, or
Was the question more like, are you going to find something for your personality? Because
Yes, I was like,
yes,
I was
course.
trying.
Or
Because I am just
you-
here, right? A co-host in a podcast, but I'm a normal person. I'm a woman. I'm an.
I'm a
artist
normal
myself.
person too.
No, I mean, I'm like.
No, you're not. No, I'm
I
just
am.
kidding.
I am
I'm
like.
just kidding, Laurent. I'm just teasing you. You know, I'm just teasing you. Come on.
No, but I would.
I
like,
know.
You know I love you. Come on.
I know.
I just wanted to know, like, also, because I'm seeing that, especially as a female, and I'm also a singer, right? I'm working on stage, all those kind of things. And I see that we all talk about fashion and what we're going to wear. And not only on a stage, but also when we're going to a party. But, like, pieces.
Why
that are
haven't you
soft
been at our atelier yet?
well,
I
I'm gonna
don't
come.
understand
I am
you.
going to
You will
come.
not have
Laurent,
to
be
ask
careful
all
what you
these
ask for.
questions.
No, I'm gonna come.
I'm ready. I am ready.
I mean,
So
and
please, can you
we-
say something? Because I'm sure you have like female audiences there.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
also, of course, male audiences. Can you say something
yeah.
encouraging?
That's a good
To
one.
just like
So-
really push it out right there to say,
wanna do?
people,
Yeah.
come. We're here to help you to find your style, to
the
express yourself. Please.
the practical person in me says, like, I wanted to know if your question was, do you find something for your personality? For sure, you're an artist, you're outgoing.
You
Or
heard
was
it.
the
You
question
heard it.
more, can we make those titties fit? And yes, we
No.
can, because we understand we understand
yeah.
bodies.
And she knows how to sport. She knows how to wear fashion.
No, but I thank you so much for saying that, because I have the impression that a lot of people, like, they see outfits or jewelry or body jewelry and think, oh, maybe that's not for me because I am more like a reserved person, but they want to. So I know how many people do actually need the encouragement. Not everybody is feeling amazing in their bodies. We are living in a world where a lot of body shaming is, going
Yes.
on. We're optimizing the bodies is one of the main subjects, and they even have teenagers that are already like,
Yeah.
having
Bunch makeup tossed on it all over the
issues.
place.
Yeah.
So I think it's amazing what you just really said, that through fashion, through my outfit, maybe even to only one piece, I
Yeah.
can encourage a person to kind of develop into a stronger personality and change the vibe.
Yeah.
I totally love that. I really do. I totally feel that.
And fashion for sure is a craft, and like literally we are working with the body. And before you contemplate a belly tuck,
with the body.
come to our place. Like we know how to enhance the good stuff,
Yeah.
and cover up the
It's all
stuff you
about
don't
that.
like so much. That's the whole point of like giving you like an outer shell that makes you more confident and radiant and I mean it's never the first objective, but we always think about like, okay, what does this do to the body? What does this
Yeah.
do to your shape? How does this help you?
What does
You
it do to
know?
your confidence? What do you
And
Totally. Otherwise it
and we
doesn't
don't
work.
produce pieces that only look good on a girl that's like
A stick.
that's like a stick.
No.
You know, that's
no,
not
no.
like if
Thank
if
you
this is
for saying
You can
that.
dress sticks
This
too.
Yeah.
is no, but
you
this
have
is
to
wonderful.
be able to dress sticks because the models.
Yeah,
models
but
are-
you know how many women I know, girl, like all ages.
Curvy,
But
and I
listen,
feel
like,
oh,
curvy.
I can't wear that. because
women
I'm a little
are
overweight.
like
No,
that.
Come on.
There is a total I think there is a big misconception also, like, generally, like within that question of yours also already, like, why do it's so weird to me personally, why do women compare themselves to 16-year-old youngsters that are on TV or in the why do you believe that? Why do you
Absolutely.
why do you
Yes.
need to compare yourself to really young girls who have been picked because they're especially thin? That's
Yes.
not a role model. A role model should be someone who is a happy person. That's a role model. And then a woman has curves. Everybody knows that. A woman has titties and a booty. And in best case, a waistline. In other
Waistline.
cases, you
Let me
know,
check if I still
you
have
can
it.
maybe exactly. But
Waistline.
We can make you. We
we
can make you
one.
one.
We can make you one because to make a waistline
That's
is the
interesting.
easiest thing, you know,
You
to
see,
to be
this is what I
changing.
love to hear. These are people that really do know their craft.
Right.
It's not
Yeah,
only like
because
it's not
we
like
are here for you guys, you
yeah.
know. We're not just here like dreaming in a strange world and then sometimes selling a ring to someone. No, we are selling clothes that make people feel better in their own body.
That's
This is there is where the story starts.
that's
We
also the,
couldn't do anything else if people wouldn't feel like empowered by, wow, it's me and I thought this is not okay and this not okay, but then we combine something that fits exactly to this kind of body type, and then all of a sudden we turn it out or we emphasize those pieces like you said,
yeah.
that make a difference. And then there it starts. The first, like, the person has to feel good, and then you can go out. Before you don't feel good by yourself, you're not leaving the atelier.
That's also the
I love it.
beautiful thing about like having an atelier where people can come. That as a designer, you're still working with the person that's in the end wearing it. And of course, for us, it's less work if you fit into something right away. You feel brilliant. You pay, you go. But in the atelier we have all the possibilities
To
that you
adjust.
don't have like in an online shop where every size you offer extra is extra work for you, you know. Like here in the atelier you come, we find something that fits, we find a look that fits. That's what the collection is for. If it doesn't fit, we still can make it fit, you know.
Yeah.
That's
We can adjust it. We can even develop things for clients who come and say, look, I mean, we have clients 150 kilos, you know, and the person is not 2 meter tall. And it may look like a challenge at first, but we love challenges, and we develop things that are really important for our next clients who may be also a big girl,
Yeah.
you know, and then we can say we got
That's what I was
something
gonna
for
say.
you.
Yeah, you always-
because
yeah,
we
you
got
learn
something for
by
you.
doing-
Because before that, if we just treat normal people, then of course it's enough to have a size range from S to L. But
It's like
if you have like
a
special
DJ playing
people
to
and they come to
different
us,
crowds. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
if you play in
Yeah.
different people, you know, different you learn a lot more about your craft
and
what-
you
what your
open
skills.
also your
Yeah.
your own perception of who can be my client. I want everyone to be able to be my client, so I have to
Yeah.
be prepared. We have to be technically
Right. That's the
prepared,
word.
you
Yeah, you
know.
have to be
This is,
prepared.
we have to be able to offer to all kind of body types. And of course we cannot start from the beginning offering everything for everyone, because there's a lot of choice and sometimes there's very few very big girls. So but we have also something developed for them if they ask, you know.
And for some people, sometimes it's not the body, but they just want something that literally nobody else has. They
Yeah.
want a one of a kind piece. They want to go to a party and know they're the most stunning and
Yeah.
so on. And they want something that's from head to toe just theirs. And we do this as well.
Yeah.
Like
No.
And Zoe had asked before, actually in her question there was also, I also understood a little bit like,
You heard it.
what would we offer you if you're a very normal girl, like kind of
right.
like
Yeah, like,
you know.
yeah, very
So coming back
normal
to that,
girl.
question, we had so many times the situations here that friends came, and then there was the one girl who already knew our collection, and who's going out, and who's like the most outgoing from the group. And then there is some girlfriends who go along, and then there is one girlfriend who's like, oh my god, I'm going now to some fashion thing, and I don't want to do any of this. I'm wearing my jeans and my
or
shirt,
the
and that's
boyfriend who
it.
was dragged along.
Or the boyfriend, you know, those people who don't feel
Yeah.
by nature as being so outgoing. And I swear to God, 95% of all of these we already know. When we see like friends coming, and then there is always the one who's like, hi, where it's like, she feels uncomfortable
20
here.
minutes later in the
Yeah.
20
atelier.
minutes later, she's like, oh my god, I was never looking so hot in my life. I need this. Yes. And this is the amazing moment, every time we see the girls go crazy and take pictures of themselves, and I'm like, Franz, bring a bucket and a mop.
But because you're really freeing up people.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes,
you
yes,
opening-
and
you
it's a
opening them
very
up.
Yeah, open
free
them up.
space. Also, we are very direct and we are very funny. We make jokes about ourselves, about sexuality, about everything, about going out, about whatever bullshit happened and whatever amazing things happened. We're very frank and very honest, and we laugh about ourselves. And people who come here, they recognize this, and then they recognize, hey, I can be here the way I want because they are also the way they want to be, and they fucking crazy, but it's fun.
I see-
And
I
that's
see that
how
too.
people can open up, and they feel differently here. And that's when that's how they get the access to that part of themselves that is unafraid to try new things, to be something that they feel good about. And this is what we want to share.
It's awesome. It's really awesome, to be honest with you. You open people up. So people out there, sometimes you're a little bit close, and if you get out of your comfort zone a little bit, you might learn a little bit more about yourself. And fashion does that, right?
It's a lifestyle in itself.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's a kind of attitude that
It's an
you have.
attitude.
It's an attitude,
Yeah, it's
definitely,
attitude.
towards yourself. Like, come on, don't take things so fucking seriously, and laugh about yourself.
Relax, yeah. Have
Laugh
some
about
fun.
the other people. I mean, life is a divine comedy, and we all gonna die. So have fun.
Have fun in it,
There's
yeah.
nothing
As
else
we
what
all
we are
know,
here for.
as we all know, you guys, it's difficult to keep a brand, in the public eye, right?
Yeah.
Is that you find that quite difficult for you?
Yes.
Well, because we are starting now and because we don't have so many eyes watching us, it's a total task to get out there and to be more and more visible, and to show also so many parts of ourselves and our private life, like we're doing right now with you. This is also a thing that we ourselves as artists have to get used to, because that's the price of I mean,
Creative-
the
being
company
creative.
has my face and my name on it, your face also sometimes, but sometimes you just push me like, no, you can do this. Yeah, I don't want to go in front of the
Definitely is the
camera.
show pony.
I'm the
I'll be
total
the
show
unsung
pony.
hero.
I'm the total show pony, but I also myself have to. It's a journey towards like being comfortable with it and being able to just like have the power to constantly go out there and become such a public figure, as the brand is also getting more and more publicity.
Yeah, well, let's.
And it's like it's
And the unsung hero is the one guy all the heroes sing about. So
the what?
I
The
said
unsung hero.
the unsung hero.
that everyone
Yes.
sings about. Yeah.
The unsung
Yeah.
hero
But
is the one guy all the heroes sing about because
Absolutely. But I think that is the perfect moment if you do have supporters that really help you right now, you know. I think that is a great moment. If you want to do a shout out, do it now, because we're live on air.
And
with
I
the
got,
Decisive
I
Yes.
know we
series.
both have a mutual shout out to the
yeah?
avant-garde, what is it? Avant-garde.
Avant-gardista, yes.
Ah, Dista.
Yes,
with
they are really
Christian,
amazing.
with Christian and the world. He's in a world
And
leading
Ramona.
couture event, merging fashion and art and fetish culture. Tell us about how important they have been to your brand.
So that was really amazing because, as you know, as I told you, we have been already organizing parties in Munich, but for the queer community. And we knew the queer community, we knew the gay community. And then we started our brand. And the first people who came to see us from the fetish community, which is also really big in Munich, were Christian and Ramona from Avantgardista / Subrosa Dictum. And they have been helping us so much, and they have introduced us to the entire the kinky scene, the kinky party scene, the fetish scene. And as the Avantgardista and Subrosa Dictum, they are at the very high level of aesthetics. They make amazing parties. They make really high-end fashion shows, and they really merge fashion with fetish and with the kinky outfits and parties that are out there. So that was a beautiful introduction. I'm super thankful for them. And they still keep supporting us, and we always have a platform with them to showcase our art, to showcase our brand. And that has been leading us to so many more other party organizers in that field, in that kinky scene. But that was a beautiful start, because we had never known before what kind of huge scene there is out there, what kind of underground meets mainstream situation is happening at every avant-gardista event. It is very exciting, and everybody should at least go and take a look at these events, because it's mind-blowing and it's very sexy. Great parties, great parties. You're playing at the parties.
I have,
and you're
yeah, I have
playing
to
fucking
also
good
say
music
thank you.
there.
You know, it was really, to be honest, Laurent, you know me and Mr. Straight Guy. I was when Christian asked me to play for his event, he invited me to come. He said, Roberto, I remember in the late 90s, I think it was, you played at a club and where I played this Little Louis song called Blackout, and he remembers this moment, and he was so passionate about it.
He's
And
very passionate.
yeah, and he really, really works hard at giving people a really good time.
Yes. And he
and what I-
manages.
Yeah, right. And he managed it. And
very
what
creative.
what I really enjoyed most about him is the respect that he gave back to me. And so I felt like I would rather be heard and not seen when I come to you guys, and so I can express and give you guys an experience that also I really found out. You know, I come from also the entertainment field, and I was dancing on as a professional dancer in California. Played at a lot of different clubs, DJ'd for a lot of different high end celebrities as well too. So this experience, this production experience attitude is unlike the normal regular club scene.
Yes.
So people come, they dress up, they go out. They may go out once or twice a month, but when they go out to also get out of
To
their,
shine.
right, to shine, and
really
get out of
shine,
their,
literally,
and to get out of their comfort zone. And I learned that about his events, and so for me, it was an honor to work with him and for him, and he's been booking me ever since. And I gotta say, Christian, thank you so much for that.
I hope
he's amazing.
listening.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
We're gonna send him the
Either
link.
Christian or Ramona are listening in, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pass it on
And-
to him after the show anyway.
But guys, I mean, I've been going on Rob's nerve for the last week since I know we got to talk to you. Because
Why?
In a good way.
well, in a good way, because I do have a very personal question, right? I'm a musician, I'm a performing artist, and of course also a recording artist. But I've got like a lot of festivals coming up, and I'm touring in October. And the thing is this: whenever I have like my agenda all filled up with shows, right? I'm like, all right, now I've got to sort out what I'm gonna wear on stage.
Yeah.
And I know I am not the only one. I know a lot of my colleagues, male and female artists, they always have like, we struggle because there's something like you need to feel comfortable, you need to feel cool, you want to look fantastic. So
Amazing.
if I can ask you, is there anything that you can give us as a tip, like your 3 perfect go-to styles that you would say, this would always go, like 3 things, like that could always work on a stage for a good spotlight? And then I also need to know something like the 3 absolutely, please never do that, avoid this at all costs, please never show up like this on a
No,
stage.
I would not say fashion can't be this dogmatic. There's no absolutes in fashion. There's always this one way you can make it work, because that's why it's an art and not just a science.
Yeah.
Because the you can never say this always goes and this never goes.
True.
What always goes is good advice, which you can get at our place for exactly the this is my advice to you. Like, if you have questions, like, ask people who know fashion and who know how to make fashion, not
That's
just
very good advice. Yes, ask someone with the knowledge about the body and who can kind of imagine how a stage
Hire a
situation
stylist,
could
honey.
be.
and
Hire a stylist.
and someone who,
Well, a lot of people can't afford a stylist, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, like you could
But
say,
what
like
you could
we
do,
do have a
what you could
spotlight.
do, what you could do though is, for example, let's say you have several events in the year that you already know you have. You know, let's say you have 5, 6, 7 events. Then you could book someone for one day, and the task is organize the outfits for these 7 gigs.
yeah. And you know
For
what's a good
example.
way to get a free stylist? Go to a shop. And don't go to Zara, where the stuff that works there is very functional, or like they have to be young, they have to be fast. That's it. Go to a shop that has a style that you like and where you feel they work purposefully. Like, my shout out definitely would go to the first shop we had in Munich that we have a wonderful relationship with, where I can always go
Yeah.
for Prosecco and a talk, which would be My Holy Desire.
You know the
It's-
shop?
It's
Yes.
Maistraße.
And it's a wonderful little boutique that have a range of designers, have a range of different kind of approaches to extravagant dressing, and they can, therefore, the people who work there have a lot of choice, and so they can advise you way better than
And they know their stuff.
they know their stuff, and they look at you and they scan you, and this is like what somebody who is supposed to give you advice, that's what they have to see. They have to see you, they have to
I
really
love what you're
feel
giving
you.
me here, because you're saying the first advice is like, you know,
Everything
ask
goes,
us-
actually.
well, everything goes. You know,
Yeah.
you can always make it
With a good
fit.
style.
With a good
Yeah,
style,
exactly.
everything goes.
Don't be afraid.
Then yeah, don't be afraid, but also ask someone that you respect their taste. You know,
Yeah.
ask someone that might know more about fashion than you. And then I really like also the idea of going in a place that have a lot of variety and really talk to people, explain. And then the fourth advice I really love also is like, prepare your wardrobe in advance, and then you have enough time to kind of fit it
Yeah.
and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And you already pack it, and you're good to go for like your tour or whatever. So
Yeah.
I still need to know if there's something that you say, like, please just don't do it. Just don't.
Flip flop.
A Nazi uniform.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
No
thank
Nazi
you.
uniforms.
Okay, this is
Okay.
enough of an advice. I think we can all agree on this. I love that. Thank you.
That's a good one.
That is a very, very good one. I really like it.
I mean,
Of course,
honestly,
I'm gonna put all those
the
things to work.
uniform without all those bullshit badges, you know, even that could go, but not, you know, like it's like modern, it's modern men's fashion, let's say, but there is a lot of things that have symbols in it that you don't want to be
Yeah,
Associated.
don't wanna be related
associated
Yeah,
with,
absolutely.
you know, and there's a lot of
absolutely.
also things that people should not put it on just because it looks good, and then
Yeah.
it's actually wrong.
I remember
There is a lot of things.
Laurent said to me one time, he said, normal is boring.
Normal.
Normal is boring.
He told me, he
That's
said,
also
Roberto,
true.
normal is boring.
But sometimes people want to be normal because they don't have the capacity to shine, because they don't feel good enough or they don't feel safe enough.
My God, sometimes you just don't want to be approached, and
Yeah.
this is totally fine. There's those days.
But you know what? You can
now I
also
see
be
this
completely
yin-yang.
I
unapproached.
see it. I do.
Now
I
I
see it. I
see
see
it.
it.
On the other hand, I can also, I don't know, if I sometimes really dress up, I'm completely unapproachable by people, because sometimes people also can be intimidated by how much you are put in an outfit, and I know that if I dress totally like super intensively over the top, no, but like most of the people are not gonna dare to come to me and talk to me because they will be intimidated. So I can also have my peace, you know. And I will, and that would be a very good selection, because if you're really flamboyant out there, and people are like, oh, normal, let's say more normal people, they're like, oh, I cannot talk to this guy, he's way too over the top. But those who come to you and will talk to you, you will know this must be a cool person, because he's not afraid of this, what he's seeing. He's not intimidated by what he sees, you know?
A
So
cool outfit can be a good selector.
it's a very good selector also to who will talk to you. All those normal people will shut up and will not bother, because they will not feel comfortable or fine enough to talk to you.
I don't know. I have a big problem with saying with saying normal people in this
I was
context.
about to say that. Thank you.
In this
I was about to
context,
say that.
it's not normal. It has nothing to do with normal. or unnormal,
Okay. What
you
is
know?
normal? Maybe some people who just wanna chit chat with you, you know,
But-
they maybe feel more intimidated.
But the more you communicate what's your mood is, what your mood is
Okay,
with your
communication is
outfit.
key, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree with
the
that.
more people, the better people understand what what's there to get and what's there to expect, and the more you see like a raster in the kind of people that approach you, you know.
Well, I like that point a lot, because I also think when we're saying normal, this is kind of like you put people on the spot, right? You're judging, because what do you know about someone? You know, you will know, maybe you just see a momentum of someone's life, because but you don't know if I just had a horrible night, my whole life sucks, so I was just putting on something to just be outside, not naked, you know. So that's
There's a
how
misunderstanding
I'm gonna look
here.
like. And then
I wasn't referring to that.
no, but you know what I mean. But also when I see someone that's completely made and dressed up on point, right? I will also not know what this person is going through in the moment, because maybe you needed that for the real confident booster, because it's nothing so very sunny inside. So you kind of, you needed that as a uniform, as you said. If you're really dressed up, this can also keep people in a distance. So I think it works both ways.
It does work both ways.
And
Definitely.
maybe we can just eliminate the word normal,
Normal.
because there is no norm. Like
Not anymore.
That-
Well, is
no,
it?
I think-
and
in the
shouldn't
end-
be. It shouldn't be. It should be like a. Should be
That's
like
not
more
what I
of a-
meant.
Like
I know-
to
I think
relate
I
a
know
bit
what
to
you meant.
I know
but
what
I think
I'm
I
not
meant
sure,
like there is those people. There is with normal. I was referring to, like there is always people who just want to be close to you, just want to be near you, and they will indulge in small talk. But there is not much that will come over, you
Beyond
know,
that.
and that's then it's
I
just
understand.
this
Yeah.
is what I mean. The
Okay.
people who don't really relate to you,
I see
they
what you
just wanna. I mean, and this is also something normal. But there is days that you don't have maybe the capacity to do that. So you just put on something really tough, and most of the people will not be able to deal with it. And then you know it, and you'll have your silence. And those people who will come through, even though you're a punk or whatever, you know, and you look tough, then they know that they really want to talk to you and not just want to have a small talk. This is what I
Something-
meant with a
yes.
normal approach. I meant the approach is normal. So many
Thank
people
you for
come and just
clarifying
want to
So
that.
there's
chit-chat,
levels of the
you know?
shit.
No,
It was
I
not
love
meant
that. I
about
think-
what people wear. I didn't. The
you know,
normal,
I love,
a normal
I love
approach.
that we
didn't
like
mean that.
really are clear about everything, because we have an audience, right? There are people
Totally.
listening, and I think it's so very important. Communication
Yeah.
is super important, and so for all of us to like always be on the same page. And I fully agree
Yeah.
with what you're saying. I fully
I
agree.
don't know if we all gonna be on the same page, but I understand what you're saying.
We don't even need to be on the same page.
I
People have
feel-
different
I
We can
opinions, yeah.
feel what
differ.
you're
That's
saying.
totally
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I do feel what you're saying. Let me tell you a story. Like, I'm sorry, but I have to say that now. I was growing up in a small place here in Bavaria, and I was like one of the, I think, 5 black people in the whole school, right?
Uh-huh.
And when I was younger, and my hair was a big afro, actually like big like this, and I
Ooh,
used to
I love
put it
afros.
up. I called it my ponytail because it was just like one rubber band, so it was like one big puff up there. So I was sitting there. I must have been about like 12 or 13, right? And teacher looked at me and he's like, "Oh, Zoe, but actually, why can't you just like open your hair because nobody sees anything when you just have it like in this big puff?" So I was so hurt, and I was feeling like, how am I going to deal with the situation? I was going home. I felt like crying, but and I felt like, you know what? You're not going to make me cry. I'm going to give it to you bad. Next day, I was going in school with my hair open because he told me basically to open my hair. So what happened when I opened my hair? It was a big fro,
Yeah.
huge. I was
Beautiful.
sitting there like
Beautiful
nobody
too.
could like
Nobody can wear.
nobody could see anything. Nobody could see anything behind me because it was just filling the space. So the teacher again came like, "Oh, well, what are you doing there?" I said, "Well, actually, that's just naturally being me. You asked
Yeah.
me to open my hair, so and that's how it goes." So I fully understand the point of like we need to express ourselves. We just communication is something that works on all different levels, and style is part of expressing
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
This is
Actually
how you
is.
learned a really
Yeah.
important point about style, which is do stuff on purpose.
On purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Purposefully.
Okay. Okay.
Put stuff
Yeah, I
purposefully.
can agree with that.
If someone criticizes your updo, come with an even bigger updo. Because if you come with the biggest updo they've ever seen, they know you did this on purpose. Nobody's questioning
yeah.
anything that has been done on
Well,
purpose.
I tell you one thing. To have a big afro like that is not easy, and I don't believe that a lot of people can wear it like that with poise and style and proud and you know
Oh, well, you just
just
wear
wear
it.
it big, wear it. You know.
Well, the thing is, the whole thing is this. What I learn is there are things about the expression of the self, also through fashion and hairstyles and stuff. Is like people might look at you or they judge you or anything. I always felt like they're judging it anyways, right?
Yeah.
So I thought,
They're
okay,
gonna find some
let me
bullshit anyway.
let you give you something to stare at.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
staring anyways.
Laurent's good at that
Absolutely.
one.
You know, you're staring
Yes.
anyways. You
He's
already,
good at Laurent.
there's a lot of prejudgment about people. So I said, okay, you already have your opinion. You don't know me anyways. You just saw me once, maybe just for like minutes, but you already have an idea. So I'm going to present you an idea, like a big one.
You should wear an afro on stage when you do one of your performances.
No, man, no, I
That'd be
have
so
a
cool.
lux flash.
I know that
I
makes
know.
sense.
And you
You guys,
and you also
Go ahead, I'm
don't
sorry.
you also don't have to vibe with everyone, you know? If people
Yes.
stare,
That's true. That's true
actually
too. I like
you
that.
you never know why they stare. You don't know if they stare because they find you atrocious or if they stare because they find you hot. You know, this is
Good point.
in
Yeah,
the
that's a
in
good
the
point. You don't have to
in
vibe
the
with everybody.
end in the end, like it you see the stare, but what vibe do you get out of it? You know, what is the
Yes.
story that do you tell to yourself?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is going to be the thing that affects how you feel about something.
You're so positive, Franz. I
or,
love
Yeah.
that.
or
I
yeah,
love
but
that.
it's common sense. Or it's how you take it, how you react to someone,
Yes.
and when you already have this confidence and you've already have this, this
Listen, mind your own business.
Yeah, I think
Mind
mind
your own
own damn
business, and
business.
if you
Yeah,
wanna wear whatever you wanna wear,
I like that.
wear
He
it.
said, "Mind your own damn
And
business."
also other people, if they mind your business and have a problem, it's definitely their problem. It's not more and it's not less. And I don't know, it's like of course I know that it's a slippery slope because these days there's a lot of um, of course, changes in society, and then which is amazing, and which is the most amazing thing, because everything changes, and we have to be ready for changes, and we
I
have
like
to
that.
do all this. We have to be open to any kind of change, but at the same
No, we
time,
don't have to be open to any kind of change.
not,
No,
of
no,
course
I know what
not.
he, I
No,
know what he
but
means. I know
also
what
the
he
things
means.
we never knew before, and then it's a topic, and then okay, let's think about this one. Let's see where this is going, and develop with it. But it's very important to just stick to your good feeling, to what you know is right or wrong, and what you know is like this is your own business, and that's it. And if people then get stuck up because they don't like a certain thing that you do, then it's not your problem. And it is
Brush it off.
okay if other people have problems. We cannot behave so well that everybody is going to be d'accord.
Well, I don't
It's
know what you,
impossible.
yeah, you can't,
Somebody will always be there
no.
who will be, no, 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 I don't like what you're doing. You're offending me. Well, okay, then you're offended.
I love
So
this
what?
quote when they say, "You can't please everybody. You can't make everybody happy. You're
No.
not champagne."
No.
It's like this with people the same. We just can't please, and we don't want to be people pleasers. I just really like feel it. But we do have something that we definitely wanted to know. Remember about like the signature looks and thing, how
Right.
to find
Signature
them.
Yeah, we have this topic about finding your signature look. Um, let's throw this out to emerging artists that probably want to build their image. What would you suggest they do to start developing their own signature look?
I would say people
This is
love
going back to school, right?
people people love listening to stories. Tell them a coherent story that is complex enough to be interesting and easy enough to be understood. And you can do this with fashion, like find a style that has enough references for people to understand where it's coming from, to have like
To
a
relate
story
to?
to relate to, yeah. And on the other hand, it still needs to be new and you enough to be interesting, you know.
This is actually the smartest and best advice I ever heard about this. And I've heard a lot, and it really is. It really is. Because it's something I, as a person, can relate to completely, that I can imagine, and that I, without help of nobody, I can figure that out for myself. Of course,
I
I
think
probably
it's
need help and a fine tuning, but I can actually like think about this for myself. I totally felt you. Thank you.
and it's also so true about every other piece of art, like a good song, like if you want to produce a banger, like it needs to remind people of something, gives them a connection, but still needs to be new enough for people to like, this is adding something. I haven't looked at it this way, you
A
know.
different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy at the moment. And if you agree, boss, if you agree,
Do it.
I would love to do that one thing that we just like thought about. This is, I think it's so very funny. It's like I call it like pistol questions, but you like you said it's like a quick fire style
Quick
check,
fire, boom.
right?
What's that?
Meaning like we're gonna ask you questions very fast, 7, and then
Let's shoot
you gonna
back.
you gonna answer the first one. Franz, you're gonna answer the second one.
Right.
Okay.
And this is like it's like a ping pong, and this is about you giving us a last glorious kind of a like very instinctive, very fast
Response.
response into the DNA of your style. You ready?
Here we
I'm
go.
ready.
He's all geared up. I love that. I was looking
Okay.
forward to do that. All
Bring
right.
it on. Bring it on.
Okay. Are we gonna change to, or am I gonna put
No, this is your
Okay, I'm gonna
You
do it.
shoot first.
All right.
You shoot first.
Okay,
Okay.
Lorand, you're the first. Franz, you're the second.
Okay.
Right? Ready, steady, go. Artificial or natural?
Artificial.
Natural.
Franz, empowering and confidence boosting, or does someone already need to have confidence to first wear your pieces?
Empowering and confidence boosting.
Okay, Laurent, show off or subtle elegance?
Simple elegance, actually.
No, subtle elegance.
A subtle elegance.
Be honest.
Yeah, of course. The
Show off.
The show off.
Right, Franz, it's your turn. Franz, it's your turn. Sexy or understatement?
Sexy.
Sexy, all right.
course.
Okay, Laurent, less is more or more is more?
Is that a question for me, actually? Is that honestly
we-
your question to
Of
me?
course. Yeah.
I'm going for Versace, Donatella. More is more.
More is
More,
more.
okay,
I
good.
thought you were going to say
Yeah,
that.
okay, good.
So, all right. Next one is for Franz. All the colors in the universe, or we're focusing on one palette?
No. Focus. Focus. Yes, but focus on all the colors.
All right. I love that. So, the
Fo-
last one then already is going out
That's
to Laurent.
that's sparkle. That's sparkle. That's the essence
It's
of sparkle.
sparkle,
It's focus
yeah.
on all the colors.
Focus on all the colors. I love that. So, the last one, right? That's easy though, but trendy or timeless?
Timeless.
Timeless.
Timeless, definitely timeless. But it's like at the same time, there is so to this topic, something that is new, a newly developed style, literally. When it's a new young baby, it will get known and will create a trend. The trend might pass and it may become a classic.
Yeah.
Every new style has a certain style started at that and that time, and then it was fashionable and trendy for that time period, and then it became a classic. And it's always the same kind of movement with any relevant,
And then you have to come up with something new in a way.
of course, and then you develop from out of that what is already established. But everything that is being born as a new is first avant-garde, then it is fashionable, so trendy, and then it becomes a classic.
And I
This
don't
is
think that
And
they
then
are-
it's not, and then if the quality of the certain trend is that good, then it will be timeless. If it's just a crazy fad, then it's just a little trend and nobody ever wants to wear that violet, neon, whatever. But if it's something that has real value and real quality, it will stay a staple that will become part of the basic vocabulary.
Will violet and neon ever die?
No,
No.
no, because
die.
they're parts.
Really?
No, they're parts of the rainbow.
I just
It's neon part of the rainbow, but
I-
my rainbow.
I have to say that I am filled with a lot of inspiration in our conversation, and I thank you so much because you've been so open and so authentic and direct, and I'm inspired to like go through my wardrobe and look for new styles and put them together and like fire up my confidence. I'm
Have
definitely
fun.
gonna link
For
you
your
up.
stage.
Have
right.
fun and play.
I will.
Most
I
important
will.
things that we want to tell everyone, to you and to all our viewers: play. You're alive. You're here to play. No matter how old you are, you have the most fun. You cannot lose anything. Just play. Dare to
Yes.
play, to enjoy life. Show it to everyone. Show it to yourself, and that's it. Like just
It's amazing.
keep your playfulness alive.
And playfulness. I have a big heart, a big place in my heart for people who try and fail.
Yes.
Even in style, sometimes I see on the street and I think to myself, girl, I know what you wanted to do there.
It didn't work
I
out.
totally appreciate the vision.
But you're trying. And it's better to try than to not try
And I
and to
love that
go
you
out
tried,
in a boring outfit.
You-
Then
you
rather
are-
try.
You are
Get
really
stylish or
inspiring.
die trying.
Yes, you're very inspiring
Yes,
people.
thank
I
you for
thank
that,
you for
yeah.
that. And do you have anything that you want to just share with your audience right now, like a next project, a big event, something coming up that you can advertise here right now?
So when it
Obviously,
comes
the
to
next
the
event.
south, yes, we meet
BoundCon?
at BoundCon, which is at the end of the month,
You
end
know
of
they changed. You
May.
know they changed the location or something like that. It was supposed to be at Kessel House, but then
Yeah,
I understand they changed.
The
Either
party location.
yeah, space or something. I know more. I
that's
think I got it. I got the information.
possible,
But we'll
but
see. Yeah.
so
Anyway,
definitely you can see us at the BoundCon fair and at the party afterwards where Roberto is playing. And
Great.
then 1 month later, we'll be in Berlin to the fashion show, the
Of the code.
of the code, and what is it? The Shape of Us. The Shape of Us, it's called. That's
that's a good
amazing.
name.
By the amazing multi-brand store Decor.
Code.
The code. The code and the Shape of Us. That's it. That's the name of the party. And we'll have a beautiful fashion show there. And after that, you can see us towards the end of the year at the next Avantgardista fashion show, where we also will have our booth and we'll present the new fantasies that we put together for you guys.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
And come to our atelier and
I will
have
definitely.
us
we go
have
together.
us
We go together.
cater the best stuff to you.
www.lorandlajos.com.
And now again in English, www.com, LorandLajos.com. It's my name, not .com. Okay.
/ Franz Schmidt.
No, we're
Hey,
definitely
you know
gonna
what's funny?
share all the links. We're definitely gonna share all the links.
Of course.
I have to say this because this is out of fun. This is a running gag. Me and Zoe. I said, okay, it's Laurent, and then when he said partner, he said Franz Schmidt. I go, we looked at each other. Franz Schmidt. I thought it was your partner, the guy that I like. I thought it was your partner now. What's his name?
My ex-boyfriend.
Oh, it's X already? They're getting rid of you. And Laurent's chasing everybody out of here.
No,
I'm just, I
Laurent
don't mean
is on a mission. The man has a mission, and he has to create. As a creative, he can deal with like a lot of things, and I think I love just the mix of the names. Franz Schmidt is so like it's very German.
It's very German.
My
Laurent-
nephew's
Laurent- I was
name is
like-
Franz as well, so it's one of my favorite names. I think Franz is such a strong name. I really like it. And Laurent is coming from where? Like, is it
So
a typical
I'm
name?
originally Hungarian, born in Romania.
Transylvania.
And exactly, I'm Transylvanian. And my name is written actually in Hungarian, Lorand, as you know. So in Hungarian, it is pronounced Lorand with a long O
Lorand.
and a long.
Lorand.
No, not Laurent. Nobody can spell it.
I'm
That's
sorry,
the
say it
point,
again.
you know.
Say it
It's
again.
the Hungarian version of Laurent, of the French name, and the Hungarian version is nobody can spell it or say it exactly how it's supposed to sound with a long O and a long A. But because people can't do it and they always end up at Chlorand or whatever, that's why I totally decided to, or just like I'm just reading my name in its original French version, which is Laurent, and that fits and that sticks, and then that's how we go about it.
And I would love you to just say your name, like the full name, once for everybody to clearly know
Yeah.
how your brand name
Actually, it's really
is.
easy. Lorand Lajos.
Lorand Lajos.
Lorand
Thank
Lajos.
you so much.
Yes.
I am loving that because people always say my name wrong. This is why I'm super particular trying to find out. So always say that. Make
Many
clear
people
everybody
say my
knows
name wrong,
right
or they're
now.
afraid to saying it. So Lorand Lajos.
Laurent Lajos.
Well, you got it.
Listen to
I
her.
thank you. I love you. I am super excited, and I thank you so much for the amazing vibes and amazing insights.
And big shout out from Ramona and Christian. They just sent me a chat a chat message.
Are they watching? Hi.
Yeah, they're watching. Yeah, everybody's watching. They
Hi,
passed it on to
guys.
the
I'm
they passed
so
it on
cool.
into the Avantgardista group. So yeah, I was.
Yes.
That's why I was. If you saw me tune out for a second, I was checking
That's
the
why.
chat groups. And
Very
yeah, with
nice.
that said, thank you both for sharing your journey and your vision and your
We're just at the
professionalism.
beginning. We're just
Yeah,
starting.
yeah, and your incredible energy today, Laurent. I thought you and I was going to get into an argument today, but we
Oh,
didn't.
come on. I thought we were going to have
We have
more
never been
technical
in any
problems.
kind of
No, I'm only
argument.
Just
teasing.
cut it off. Say goodbye. Say thank you. Like do all the
Laurent,
name dropping
no,
and everything.
no, he's always teasing
Listen,
me.
of course
Laurent,
I'm
you
always teasing you
me.
because you're someone who should be teased. Because sometimes you just need a little poke. You just need a little poke to move ahead.
We gotta cut this off. The people are
poke
still
you together.
watching and listening.
We-
Cut it off.
hey,
Like turn off the microphone.
You guys can think what you want. I love them to death, and I don't care. You guys can think what you want. I'm only saying it because it's true, and we love each other. So forget all you.
Yes,
people.
we do. We
Yeah,
absolutely do.
it's only love in the end. So with that said,
Yes.
Zoe,
What are you doing?
I'm blowing kisses
You're not finished.
over the screen, and I actually want to thank you, Roberto, for having me.
Yes, thank you
It's like we're
guys.
doing the co-host thing for the very first time together, and I
appreciate
thank you so much.
Hey, we worked on this. We worked really hard for this, and
did.
she's also taught me a little bit about because I was angry. I was totally angry about the technique, and it wasn't doing what I thought we deserved. And she calmed me down a little bit. So it's nice to have somebody to kind of bounce off of.
I was like the flying.
It's always good to
co-host.
have a really good working team. And you guys were really nice, like how you ping pong the questions and how you was shedding the light from different perspectives on all these topics. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's
she's
nice.
really authentic. And this is not like we just met yesterday. We've had lots of great personal conversation, inspiring and motivating conversations.
a lot of soup while we had conversations, like noodle soups too.
life challenges and really stuff. When if ever she needed me, she gave me a call, and I like that. That's pretty cool.
But
So
thank you
Think
so
you're
much
really
for
good
having me.
friends.
Yeah, and I want to say something to our audience. I don't know if I need to come closer. Actually, I know that my glasses are reflecting so bad. But
it doesn't
anyways,
matter.
Then take him off.
Everybody-
Take him off.
reflect.
I want everybody to please subscribe
Yeah.
and
Yes.
like Decisive podcast series, because I think Roberto is doing amazing work, inviting people, has a good taste, and we really try to have authentic and down to earth
Conversation,
and
yeah.
down to the soul conversations. And please just like, share, and subscribe. Our next show together will be on June the 2nd,
June the
I think.
2nd, yeah.
June the 2nd. That's also Monday evening. I think 6 o'clock is a good time for everybody. So please like and subscribe, and see you soon. And stay blessed.
Stay blessed, and until the next time, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep being decisive. And Zoe and I will be back together on June the 2nd. Laurent
Amazing.
and Franz.
Franz.
Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the evening, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. You too.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you for spending time with us. Decisive podcast series live by Roberto Ingram, co-hosted by Zoe Mazar.